Hey everybody, welcome into Siren Records Monterey. It's Fresh Catch Friday and Cass is not here, but I'm here. Cass is at Desert Daze, and you know how he usually kicks us off with his pick of the week. But my pick of the week, I think that Cass would actually, we could have probably done this one in tandem, and he's actually going to be seeing them there at Desert Daze. And this is the new Temples album. There we go. Temples, and this is Hot Motion, and it's on one of my favorite labels, ATO. And anyway, this is the third album from these psych rockers, and this is, it's a beautifully crafted, very intricate album. It's if you love Temples already, you won't be disappointed by this, but this one has them kind of going for more of a darker edge, so they really are kind of mining new ground with this one. I think their bass player was talking about how they really did want to just explore that side of things, and just so there's some darker themes on here, but it's like really, really great. And it comes on this beautiful multicolored Galaxy vinyl, which is, it almost looks like a tie-dye effect. It's very colorful and yeah, just real psychedelic looking. It's beautiful. It comes with that. It comes with a poster and a download, and it is $21.95. So anyway, there's a lot of light and shade on this one. So yeah, I'm so glad they're back because I really love this band. Anyway, Lucky Cass, he gets to see them. So he can tell us about that next week when he's back. And the other thing I wanted to showcase for you this week is going to be this, which is the Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. And this one is, this is the place. It's on Sour Mash. Sorry about the lighting, they're blowing it out. Anyway, so this is the second of 3 EPs coming from Noel Gallagher in 2019. This expansive 5-track recording has 2 remixes actually as well, and it really sees him kind of rejecting the former glory of the Oasis sound in favor of a lot more complicated instrumentation over just like the 6 string. So it's really it's a fast tempo. It's kind of busy, but it also it's got really spacey synths. It's got bongos. It's got bells, piano, and these female backing vocals. It's like this was really good, and I think the title track there, the one called "This Is the Place," that was just a real belter right out of the gate. So anyway, what was the first? Let me see. Okay, last June he released the Black Star Dancing, and that was like a real blast of cosmic rock. But this one, like I said, it really has him delving deeper into this realm of psychedelic instrumentation. And anyway, this is going to kind of remind you of 90s giants like Primal Scream and Ian Brown, but so give this a whirl. It's pretty great. 1995, or it comes also on, it's no difference in jacket, but also blue turquoise vinyl, also 1995. So, but it's like really good looking vinyl. Okay, so that one from Noel Gallagher, I guess, he had said at one point that it was Liam that kind of kept him from breaking out of the sound of the Oasis mold. Really, he had some fine songwriting with Oasis. It wasn't necessarily a bad thing. And we did talk about Liam Gallagher's album last week or the week before, which was actually, much more authentic sounding as well. So I think they're both doing good away from each other. You decide what you think, but that's good. All right, and this is another one I wanted to let you know that was out. This is Elbow, Giants of All Sizes. This is on Polydor, and isn't that a pretty cover? I can get it out of the light so you can actually see it. This is the 8th full-length studio release for this British rock band. And it's richer and stranger than anything they've really put out before, which is not a bad thing. When it finally settles and they're kind of, you're in a more comfortable kind of a place with them, it's really got this kind of ragged, glitchy sort of electronic beats. It's really great. And the singer, and I'm sorry his name escapes me at the moment, he's got like a very distinctive vocal. So yeah, this is really good. I know that sometimes, people sort of roll their eyes about Elbow, but, I think they're a solid band. This is $22.95, and it's been a long time coming. So, yeah, they're here if you want that. Okay, and this one a lot of people have been waiting for, and this is the new Big Thief album. It's called Two Hands. It's on 4AD, and this is their 4th studio album. This comes 5 months after the release of their 3rd album, which was UFOF, which, you know, that's pretty quick on the heels of that one. And it's described by them as UFOF's Earth Twin. So whatever we're supposed to take from that. It's just, I found Adrienne Lenker has returned to her tried and true subject matter, you know, which is kind of the damage and harm and physical violence that so easy walk alongside love and companionship. So, you know, she's back to where she is her best. This is a good solid record. It's not a revelation so much as sorry, reinforcement of, you know, their best sounds and their best songs. So try it out. This is on peach colored vinyl and it's $24.95. So yeah, beautiful record from Big Thief. Very quick on the heels of the last one. So there you go. And now for this pile of stuff, okay, you know, again, there's nothing from Wea. And so if you were looking for the new Lindsey Sterling album, say, not here, didn't send it. The most ironic thing is that they're like actually doing this Rocktober promotion with all this like Deep Purple stuff and things like that. Didn't send it. So, you know, I don't know. I think that, well, people have to just like, anybody that's on a label that's distributed by them, God, I feel bad for them because they're just, stuff isn't getting out there. And a lot of Third Man stuff is through Warner Brothers, and I'm wondering if they're maybe going to jump ship, which they should. Anyway, so that's my rant about Wea for the day today. Okay, so let's get to it. Here's some of the stuff that came out. This is all through Universal and that, so yay. This is $13.49. Beyond the Apocalypse. It's 180 gram. It's clear vinyl. And this was the second album from this Norwegian black metal band. I think that we had something similar to this before, but I believe these are like a, you know, well, it looks like it's a gatefold. Maybe it's more of a deluxe version. So anyway, for your black metal, you know, you want it to be Norwegian. That's really what's considered the best. So this is $27.95, and this was their second album. Okay, next up we've got, let's see, $13.49. This one is Hellfire, and this one is on red vinyl. Did I mention that the other one was on clear vinyl? If I forgot to say that, it's clear. This one is on red, and it was their third record, and that's also, let me see, $27.95. Yeah. Okay, and then lastly, this was their debut. And this one was called Liberation, also 180 gram, but this is on gold vinyl. And this one, for some reason, is $2 cheaper. It's $25.95, okay? So that is, if you're wanting to get to your $13.49, bump up that catalog, there it is. Okay, next, now this is pretty wild because this is 808 State Transmission Suite. This is a gatefold. Anyway, this is the first album from 808 State in 17 years, which is kind of crazy, right? You know, they're kind of reprising their love for Detroit and Chicago records from the 1980s, and they're merging it with like Manchester dance floor. So, you know, this is very kind of, you know, it doesn't get lost. It's very much like the old 808 State, but even after 17 years, you know, they're still, you know, having those great influences that they're able to just make these kind of really chill, ambient kind of sounds. So that's pretty exciting if you've been waiting on 808 State and never probably thought they would ever come back. This is $24.95 for this one. It's called Transmission Suite. Okay, and next up we've got the Lalas on orange vinyl, and this here is, let's see, the 4th LP from this Los Angeles band. I think they've been around since like 2008, I want to say, something like that. But anyway, this is, you know, more California culture, but this is kind of like the most cohesive and ambitious work that they've probably had to date. So that's kind of a cool thing. This is $18.95 orange vinyl, Lalas. All right. And next up, we've got Beth Gibbons, Rustin Man, Out of Season. Okay, now this here was Beth Gibbons was, she's from Portishead, the singer from Portishead, and she has decided to reissue the 2002 collab she did with Rustin Mann, who was the bass player for Talk Talk. I think his real name is Paul Webb. Anyway, this is a re-release on vinyl for the first time in many years, so that's probably going to be pretty sought after by some folks there, and that is $22.95. All right, next up we've got this David Bowie VH1 Storytellers live at Manhattan Center, 2 LPs for $29.95. I think that's pretty self-explanatory for anybody that has seen VH1 Storytellers. It's just the artist kind of performing a lot of their hits and talking about it and kind of explaining how the stories about how the songs were written or when they were recorded and just stories about it. So that's pretty good. Anyway, it's here, and I believe that is a 2 LP double. Okay. So the next thing up is going to be Common. This is Let Love. This is on translucent red vinyl. New Common album. And let's see, that's $19.95. Okay. Then we have Coven. Oh, this one is Blood on the Snow. Okay, this is the third album from the American psych rock band Coven. This is like what they kind of consider the long lost third album. It's white and red vinyl, Blood on the Snow vinyl, okay? And this is the first time it's been on vinyl since 1974, and it's limited to 1,200 copies. So, if you were a fan of that kind of stuff, this other record, I think I know we've had this in some form once before, but this is on Mercury now, so I think that it's a legendary occult classic, complete with original artwork featuring lyrics and instructions for a black mass. This is pressed in limited edition red and yellow Hellfire vinyl. So you guys recognize the cover of this. This is Coven, Witchcraft, destroys minds and reaps souls. So that one, yes, I'm not sure what the year this came out was, but 70s stuff. It's pretty funny, but yeah, $28.95. Oh, the other one was $29.95. If I didn't mention that, this one is $28.95. And you remember, I think Cass and I talked about this. It's got this pretty funny picture on the back too. It's all like very takes itself very seriously. So anyway, Coven, it's here for you now. All right, now we've got Creed, Human Clay, Gatefold 2 LPs. This is $25.95, and this is the 20th anniversary, believe it or not. It's a 2 LP set. It's the first time on vinyl. It includes the Billboard #1 Grammy Award-winning single that was called With Arms Wide Open. And it also has, are you ready? What If and Higher. So anybody that is, looking to get back into Creed at their 20th anniversary, there you go. All right, and that is $25.95. Okay, next up, this is the Down and Outs, and this is How We Roll. You've got the LP for $22.95, and you've got the picture disc for $33.95. Now, Down and Outs are an English band that features members of Def Leppard. That is Joe Elliott from Def Leppard, the Choir Boys, and Raw Glory. And for their first, this is their third release. For the first two, they used to cover bands and artists that were related to Mott the Hoople. This had included Mott and British Lions and Ian Hunter. So yeah, the debut album was called My Regeneration. That was released in 2010, and it was followed by a DVD release of the band's show at Hammersmith Odeon. And then their second studio album was called The Further Adventures of, and that was released in April of 2014. So after 5 years of inactivity, the different thing about this is that this is an 11-song collection that is comprised entirely of new songs, but it hails from the same musical spirit. So yeah, if you wanted to, try that on, $25.95, $33.95, or sorry, $22.95 and $33.95 for the picture disc. Okay, and there you can see there's very recognizable. There's Joe Elliott from Def Leppard, and yes, you have various other people from Choir Boys. I want to say Choir Boys, maybe it's him, I don't know, but there you go. Okay, now we have some reissues on Blue Note. This is Herbie Hancock, Inventions and Dimensions. This is $22.95. This has got Herbie Hancock on piano, Paul Chambers on bass, Willie Bobo on drums and timbales, and Osvaldo Chihuahua Martinez on conga and bongo. Okay, so that one, yeah, $22.95 for that one. Okay, next up, we have got Joe Henderson, In and Out. Okay, this is $22.95. And this has, let's see, Kenny Dorham on trumpet, Joe Henderson on tenor sax, McCoy Tyner on piano, Richard Davis on bass, and Elvin Jones on drums. Okay, and still running with Blue Note, we have, let's see, Yuta Hip. This is Yuta Hip with Zoot Sims. This is $22.95. And let's see, Jerry Lloyd on trumpet, Zoot Sims tenor sax, Yuta Hip on piano, Ahmed Abdul Malik on bass, and Ed Thigpen on drums. All right, $22.95. Okay, next up we've got these King Crimson reissues, and let me see, these are all $31.95. First one up is, let's see, this one is Power to Believe, and this is the first time on vinyl in this expanded edition. It's a complete original album plus a side of additional tracks from Happy With What You Have to Be Happy With. This is cut from the masters. It's approved by Robert Fripp. It's 200 gram super heavyweight vinyl. And again, what was that? Did I say $31.95? Okay. And the next one up is The Reconstruction of Light. Looks like really reminds me of a Rush owl there for that. I'll show it to you up close. Doesn't that remind you of something Rush? I don't know, not really necessarily Fly By Night, but I don't know, something about it. Okay, so this one also, first time on vinyl, 2019 edition. It's remixed and expanded with drums by Pat Mastellato, plus a side of additional tracks from Love Construction. That was like a live thing, I think they did. Live Construction, excuse me, not Love Construction. Cut from the masters, approved by Robert Fripp, and 200 gram super heavyweight vinyl, $31.95. All right, and last of that three is Thrack, and this one is first time on vinyl, expanded edition. It is complete original album plus a side of additional tracks from the mini album called Vroom, and also cut from the masters, also Robert Fripp approved, and on 200 gram super heavyweight vinyl, $31.95. Those are gonna go. Okay, next up we have Lacuna Coil Black, what is this? Black Enema. Okay, this is one of those pink vinyls, 10 bands for breast cancer awareness. It's on pink vinyl. Now, this is an Italian goth metal band from Milan. And they've had, I think this is their, oh gosh, the third time. They've changed their name a few times. I can't remember what the other two band names that they had were called, but this is them as Lacuna Coil. This is $27.95 pink vinyl, if you want to get your Italian goth metal on. All right, next up we have Loretta Lynn, Icon. This is $17.95, a reissue of that. Trying to see if I see any, oh, it's got You Ain't Woman Enough to Take My Man. I know that was a big hit for her. It's got Coal Miner's Daughter on it. It's got After the Fire Is Gone with Conway Twitty, and Louisiana Woman, Mississippi Man with Conway Twitty. So anyway, this has several hits on it for Loretta Lynn. That's a good price too, $17.95. Okay, next up we've got the Steve Miller Band, Selections from the Vault. Now this is, the Vault was a deluxe box set that was sourced from Steve Miller's personal archives. And what you've got here is 11 tracks that were previously unreleased. I'm sorry, 8 tracks, previously unreleased material on clear vinyl. And that is $22.95, okay? All right, here's the big boy. We have Rush, the Clockwork Angels Tour, 5 LPs in this, and that is $107.95. This is on Roadrunner. It's never before released on vinyl. It's 180 gram. It's a live 5 LP set from the Clockwork Angels Tour. It's pressed, yeah, on 180 gram. It includes an etching on the flip side of the final album. The set comes packaged in a 2-piece, what they're calling telescopic box with a full-color booklet and a code to download a high-definition digital version of this album. And the band recorded concerts in 2012 in Phoenix, Dallas, and San Antonio for a live album. And this set includes 31 tracks from those recordings, and the vinyl set also features the bonus tracks from the original CD release, including a version of the classic Limelight that the band recorded at Soundcheck. So there you go, Rush. And that's gonna go, I know. All right, now we've got Frank Sinatra, My Way, 50th anniversary. This is 1795, and I don't think that really takes much explanation. You know, huge album for Frank Sinatra. That is 1795. Okay. Next up, this one is Sinatra Sings Alan and Marilyn Bergman, 1795. Now, Alan and Marilyn Bergman are a songwriting duo. I don't know, yeah, obviously they're married, songwriting duo, several Academy Award winning songs that, you know, they did. Anyway, this is the first ever Sinatra compilation with tracks written by them. And let's see, it's got like, it features Nice and Easy, How Do You Keep the Music Playing, and let's see, what else is on here? Summer, The Summer Knows, What Are You Doing the Rest of Your Life? You know, all those kind of classic tunes. So again, 1795 for that one. All right, next up we've got a soundtrack for and cast for Disney, The Lion King, the songs. This is 1995. I think this is like such a nice cover. That lion picture is just so great. Anyway, this is all the original songs performed by the new cast, and plus you got the song Spirit by Beyonce and Never Too Late by Elton John. And the only thing that I recognized in the new cast was, oh, well, like, okay, there's this one, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? That's performed by Beyonce, Donald Glover, Billy Eichner, and Seth Rogen. So Seth Rogen is actually on a lot of these, a couple of these songs here. So, hey, there you go. All right, new cast, new thing. That is 1995. All right, and this one also, it's soundtrack cast, The Munsters, gray vinyl, $26.95. Now I just wasn't sure what was going on with this thing. It's well, they're calling it ghoulish gray vinyl. We get that. It's limited to 1,000 copies, and you know, I was confused. Like, is this music from the TV series or no? But here's the thing. Okay, the innovators are known as the Munsters, an exciting new group chosen because they so startlingly resemble those lovable TV monsters, the Munsters. But then who wouldn't with those lifelike masks? These wailers are really quite human underneath their warm-blooded vocal tones and howl up a wild song with skeleton rattles, bats, shrieks, and creaks, creating a weird, creepy Munster sound. Okay, so there you go. That's what that is. And here it says the newest teenage singing group, the Munsters, inspired by the TV character, the Munsters. All right, limited to 1,000 copies on ghoulish gray vinyl. And that is $26.95. Wow, it's expensive, but there's only 1,000. So, all right. Now, this one is also 10 Bands, One Cause. This is limited pink vinyl. This is Third Eye Blind, Screamer. And this is their 6th studio album by this American alt-rock band. So, yeah, if you want to get that on pink vinyl, $28.95. All right, lastly, the Varials, In Darkness. This is, let's see, 1995. This is, you know, they're a Philadelphia hardcore, metalcore band. This is their sophomore release, and it is 1995. Okay, so that wraps up the pile of stuff for today. Cass will be back next Friday. And yeah, I hope he's having a great time at Desert Daze and staying out of trouble. I don't want to see him on the news, so we're keeping our fingers crossed. But anyway, that's the wrap up. I'll post the list down below, and so you can like see those prices if you forgot as we were going along. If you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell next to it, a notification bell below, and that'll update you via email every time we do an upload. So thanks for hanging in there with me. And yes, as I said, Cass will return next week, and we'll see you guys then. Bye.